my dear friends. Let's welcome you all in the new session and chapter 2 of SST, that is New Kings and Kingdoms. Okay, about this chapter, we will come to know about various kings, their dynasties, how they ruled, and whatever their works were. For example, first were the political developments. Political developments include all the developments done by the kings in these timings, and there were various dynasties who achieved developments. For example, the Pratiharas, the Palas of Bengal, the Rashtrakutas, the Chahmanas, the Rajputs, and there were some invaders also who invaded India and ruled on it. For example, Mahmud of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori. We talk about the political developments, there also comes the people who were involved in the developments. For example, society, religion, and economy. Economy itself is the most important part in that century too, and now also. As people were living in various terms and in various areas, there was also the specialization of Bhakti movement in them. People were the followers of Bhakti, they were believing in various gods and goddesses and worshipping them in their own ways. Okay. Next is about the map of India. The map that you are seeing on the screen is between 1000 to 1200 AD. Yes, AD stands for Anno Domini, means after 100 years of the death of Jesus Christ. In this map, there are various dynasties described during 1000 to 1200 AD. For example, the Solankis, the Paramaras, the Rashtrakutas, the Pandyas, Cholas, Pandavas, Pallavas, etc. These were the kings who ruled during 1000 to 1200 AD in various parts of the country when Pakistan and India were together. They were one as a country. Now we will talk about the first dynasty that ruled in India, and they were the Pratiharas. That dynasty ruled during 18th century to 8th century, and they ruled in the southern parts of Rajasthan. Yes, during Gujarat they also touched Gujarat, and they ruled in southern parts of Rajasthan. Among them, the famous king and the first king was Nagbhat, who was very efficient in its ruling, and also he think about the welfare of the people under his rule. After Nagbhat, there were various kings like Raja Bhoj. Mihir Bhoj was also described as Raja Bhoj, and he also was a very powerful ruler who came after Nagbhat. Under that king Nagbhat, the Kannauj that was in the north part, it itself come into the existence, and he captured Kannauj as its territory. He was the truly believer of Lord Vishnu, and he have given the title as Adivara. Adivara means the one who keeps all the worries away from people. He was succeeded by his son Mahendrapal. After Raja Bhoj, his son Mahendrapal came on the throne. But as we all know that no kings are same, whether they are father or son. It's not like that all the kings are equally treated and they treat their welfare people equally. So when there was Mahendrapal in the kingdom was totally dispatched, and the kingdom was totally disgusted because Mahendrapal was not able to rule properly, unlike his father Raja Bhoj. When Raja Bhoj was ruling, he approxed ruled to 3 centuries, and he captured the all over Himalayas in the north, Vindhyas in the south, in the Gujarat part, and when it comes to east in Bengal also. But his son Mahendrapal was not succeeded in that, and he can't capture many territories. In fact, he was responsible for the loss of other territories in their kingdom. After Mahendrapal, the Pratihara dynasty lost their existence, and various invaders like Mahmud Ghazni invaded their part. see, these are the pictures of important kings of Pratihara dynasties. Like first one is of Nagbat and second one is of Raja Bhoj. These two were the equally treated and also very efficient kings of that time we came for far. Okay, the kings who were ruling as Pratihara's dynasty kings, they were also the believers and patrons. Patrons means the lovers of art, craft, and learning. Especially Raja Munch, who was a gifted poet, while Raja Bhoj has written many books on various subjects. Raja Bhoj was also a writer and he has written books on different subjects, for example, on medicines, astronomy, grammar, religion, architecture, etc. etc. His books were very well known at that time and people were using as reference. Apart from that, the Sanskrit poet Raj Shekhar, who was also an adorned poet at the time of Raja Bhoj, he wrote Kavya Mimsa. Kavya Mimsa is a story about Raja Bhoj described in Sanskrit language by the poet Raj Shekhar. He was very adorned at the time of Mahendrapal as well as Raja Bhoj. Okay, so friends, in this lecture we have studied about Gurjar Pratihara dynasty. Next lecture we will study about next dynasty. Till then, take care, stay at home and stay safe.